Why people now, they think that rape is something new from this new generation, from those olden days. Rape was there, but it was hidden. Even the elders didn't want you to talk about. They say, hey, shut up. You know, even the family things, a lot of things, they were pressing it down. Well, how can you call them sex workers when you got also 3 boyfriends or maybe 3 wives or whatever? What kind of a democracy we have when we got hate crimes, everything that is wrong, rape and or killings and all that? Is that also a democracy? And so, there are good parts, especially on my forehead. I say, I said, well, 9 years is too long. Nobody can stay 9 years without, a partner. So, also, what confuses me, if you don't like something, why are you raping? If I'm the first one to come and test, how many more people that didn't test, that are not gays?
Sanibonani Dumelang, hello, bonjour. Another episode, another educational one. This is the only podcast that is here to inspire, educate, and keep you entertained. Igama nguzandi isibongo umfeka umalwandle lo lwandle kalwela lezinkonjane zona sihambela le kude phezulu. A disclaimer on this episode. As you know that we are on the LGBTQI+ community breakdown, where we are educating you about everything that has to do with the community, so that you understand kangcono. So a disclaimer namhlanje, it's the same as the last time, because I am saying again, if you are not comfortable with what we are discussing here today, and we are here ukucwasa nokuthukisa, ngicela ukuthi udlulele phambili ngoba we are here to learn, we are here to educate, and we are here to share experiences and understand the other people that live amongst our communities better. Njengenjwayelo ke angihambi ngedwa, ngihamba nomama namhlanje. Umama nje usekhulile impela, ugogo kahle kahle, kodwa ke ngoba mina ngimbone fresh uma mina, kodwa mhlawumbe kwena ke ugogo ngizomyekela abingelele, simamukele ngokusesikweni la ekhaya. Sawubona ma?
Yebo ke, sanibona nonke. Yeah.
Uyaphila?
Hayi, inkosi ngoba ingcinile ngakwazi nokufika la.
Igcine ngempela ufresh kanjani? Mina bekulokuthi ugogo ukuthi mina hayibo mase ngimbona nomuntu ekuthi ugogo hayibo akahleni.
I'm not only ugogo, I'm a great grandma. Yes. Okay.
Ugogo bani igama lesibongo?
Hayi, bangibiza nje ngokuthi ugogo menziwa. Angikwazi ukushintsha ke lokho ke.
Hayi ke awubambi inkomishi yakho ke ke sikwamukele ngokusesikweni la ekhaya, sithi nje welcome bese siqala kahle ishow.
All you need is sugar and coffee.
Welcome to the show, ma'am. Okay. Mom, sikulento sikulomshikashika wokuzama ukunderstanda kangcono nakabanzi i-community, which is LGBTQIA kunoplazi ke. Ngake ngakhuluma nomunye odadewethu owangitshela ukuthi uplazi umele ukuthi kuningi okwama editions nokungase kwenze ukuthi kusazovela esingakwazi. So mama, you have been an activist, a feminist, makhona ngikushiya ngaphandle uzokueda, a community worker and an educator within the space of LGBTQIA+ community, within the HIV/AIDS space, and what else?
Also, I deal with the human rights. Yes, as feminists, we fight for everybody's rights. Whatever that is needed, we fight for it. Because you can't just stand and look at things going wrong and expecting other people to do it for you.
You are an all-rounder.
Yes, a motivational speaker too.
Wow.
Yes.
Ma'am, something interesting that connects you to the community. Would you like to share with us what is it that connects you to the community?
I think a lot of things, because we don't start from here, from HIV, from homophobic things, and from gender-based violence. It's so many things. We don't even know how many things you can count, because even family matters, street kids, all those things, sex workers too, because they are also human beings. So now, whatever is human being, that we need to look at it, because the only thing that I know is just from the Bible that God says they are all mine. And they all want to. So if we are doing something wrong to another human being, if you don't like what the people are doing, why excite yourself with things that you don't want? Do something that you would like to talk about, what you like to have, whatever you don't. For me, I always put the things that I don't like under my feet. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Which means, in short, just let people live their lives the way they see fit.
Yes, that's why even if you can swear and you whatever you can say to me, I don't bother, because there are more wounds that are inside that you cannot see. But if you are just swearing, hitting, killing, and all that, I don't know what kind of life you want the people to need, because you also got your own problem, but you can't see your own problem. Yes.
Mama, you mentioned that you are also an HIV/AIDS activist. From a long time ago, we've always had that connection, that especially with the gay people. We've always been told that, I don't know whether it was a theory or it was a well-researched thing that came out in the early 1980s, that there is a relationship between gay people and HIV/AIDS. Apparently, when they tested the first participants to be found to have to test positive were gay people. Can you break down for us that relationship?
People are really confused as it is. If I'm the first one to come and test, how many more people that didn't test that are not gays? So now, if I'm the first one to test and being found that I'm HIV positive, it doesn't mean that because I came first, I'm the one who brought HIV. How can it be worldwide if that certain person that was tested positive, and then how it is not a bonfire or whatever that can, I don't agree to that. Yes, there are people that were found first, but it doesn't mean because they are the ones that brought the HIV/AIDS. Because so many things are happening now. Are they being brought by the gay people? No. It doesn't make sense. But if you go deeper, then you can see that it was just a wave of something else. Yes.
Which left a very negative stigma.
Just look at Corona, whatever. What if maybe one day they'll say Corona was brought by the gays too? It's something like that. Something like that. I don't believe it.
Okay. Mama, in the early 1980s, we've seen, well, I'm not going to say just in the early 1980s only, because we are still experiencing this. It's still happening, even though we are seeing a change on the policy side of things. Gays, lesbians, all the people that are in the community, the moment you come out, you are facing a risk of either being abused or being killed. What has been the development since you are a humanitarian, you are an activist, and you are a motivational speaker as well? What has been the highlights of the changes that we've seen happening within the space so far? Both the positives and the negatives.
Actually, people are acting as if they don't know the real thing. I don't think that you will know everything about the gay and bisexual people. If really you want to know, why don't you have a research, go to the doctors, because they are also doctors. Do you think that I will like to be shot and killed because of the way I'm built? But because you don't know, then you give yourself another. I don't think. Sorry. Yes. I don't think I'll be happy knowing that I'm a certain kind of people, and then expect people to swear at me, and I get happy about that. No, people must go and do a research, ask other people, know more about how come this one is homosexual, this one is a lesbian, a femme to femme, whatever it is. Why don't you have a research and have a peace of mind after knowing all that? Because I don't think so many people will just like to be sweared after being killed and all that. If they can kill a person who has got HIV, but even the raping the people, well, 6 months old baby, how can you rape a 6 month? Does he have an HIV or whatever, or maybe being gay? Why you rape the person, even the smaller ones, the bigger one, and saying that it's a corrective rape? How can the younger ones, how many people, how many women have died, not being lesbians or femme to femme, but they only die by, I think that something is wrong. Something is wrong somewhere. And also, the rules and regulations of this country, I don't know what I can say. Yes.
Do you think that the law that was passed by government, I don't remember the year, that allowed the same marriage, the same sex marriage to be official, do you think that it has brought positive changes within the community or negative?
I don't think it can make changes. The people who are doing all these things, what I can say, they don't know what they're doing. Because also the killings, because I also read the Bible, ungabulali, don't kill. So if you don't like something, why you kill it? Why? Because you're also doing something wrong. Because how can you be a good player when you are also going with the wrong players? How can be? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Because most of the people are killed. That's what we call hate crimes, homophobic. Because now you don't choose if it's gay or whatever. When you feel like killing, you just kill. Not even asking what nation or whatever nationality it is. Because what I know, South Africa is for all who live in it, black and white, non-white, whoever live in it. So now, why, what's adding up all this violence and all that? If we are a good person, why dirty your hands and kill somebody like that? Even from the HIV sides, how many people were killed? How many people? Then we started looking for the ARVs up and down, but still now, because we wanted antibiotics that can suppress the virus, but now it's confusing. I can't even explain about it.
Hence today we've got Gogo MENZIWA Park that was named after a woman who came out to say that she's HIV positive and they killed her.
So now, also, what confusing me, if you don't like something, why you rape it? Why you kill that person? What it gives you? Are you happy when that, whatever it is, what kind of a person you are when you can kill, rape, do all those things? That's where we're coming from. Yes.
Mama, let's talk about you. About your very interesting life that you've lived over the years. Without exactly mentioning the number, around which years were you born? If you can just give the viewer at home, you can put the viewer at home in a picture.
If you are over 70, if you are over 70, I don't need, you know what, if you are over 70, some people say if you are over 60, okay, but me, I'm over 70. So now, there's a lot of things that I've learned.
Many years ago.
Many years ago. When I was young, I was just, I don't know, if some people now, they say the kids are naughty, but it's not being naughty. You know, curiosity, they said kill the cat. I am a very observant people. I like to listen, I like to know the stories. So now that's why sometimes I don't know. And I don't think that from small, 5 years old, there's a lot of things that now I remember. I remember even the naughty things that people used to say, but not now. These things I don't know, not now. These things started from long time ago. Long time ago. I don't know now what's like a bonfire now, but I think the people, something is wrong with them. I can say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mama, you have lived your life married to somebody that was same sex as you. Would you like to share the story with us?
At that time I was doing the counseling, and you know, as I was saying, from those days I was from 1998, whenever we started doing that, 2000, doing counseling to people, seeing that people really need somebody to talk to, because people didn't know that there are people like they used to go to professionals, but we did a voluntary work. So I was doing the testing. So somebody came to me for testing HIV. And but I noticed something, because that I don't know if it's a male or female, but as a not as a non-judgmental person, I didn't say anything, because I used to see them on the road or whatever. But as a person who didn't have a hobby, so he was so cool. He was.
She charmed you.
No, no, because I like Orlando Pirates. He was wearing a tracksuit for Orlando Pirates and a cap, and then I'm looking at this. Yeah, but I say something is wrong there. Okay, but that's not what I want to talk about. So now he tested, and it was also, you know, everything was perfect. I said, but if you really want to protect yourself, you must use protection, whatever you do. I said, it's okay. And then I explained to her that even you go out of your way, get dental dams, whatever, for protection. No, I explained all that. And but he kept on coming to the clinic, and I said, now, what's wrong with this person here? I said, but one day, when he never come, I started to think now that if I said something wrong, then I started phoning that, are you okay? He said, yeah, I'm okay. He said, I'm happy that you brought our... And when he came back, in a different mood, wearing a cap and whatever, I said, hey, that's the day now. He said, can I come in?
That's the day he captured your hearts.
Now something clicked. I don't know, something clicked. You know, I was happy to see the person in front of me, and the way he was dressed up, and something clicked. Oh, just imagine, for 9 years, no, you don't have a partner, because after the death of, I said, 9 years is too long. Nobody can stay 9 years without, a partner. So now, let me look at this one. How we came, we talked, we enjoyed, and then he said, no, I'm going. And it was a little bit late, and then he said, okay, see you, my friend. I said, okay, now. But when he was outside, I think, something happened. I just felt so sorry to see the person going, and said, oh, there are goodbyes, especially on my forehead. Oh, I say, oh, that's good.
The kiss that all girls love.
Oh. And,
I think all girls love the kiss in the forehead, eh?
Yes. And then, but now, I said, how? I don't know if I said how, maybe he thought maybe I want it, or maybe on lips or whatever, I don't know. And then okay, I was excited. He said, oh, okay, Baba. But it started from there, the click. It doesn't mean that somebody sent me. There was a connection, I think. And then I was happy. I didn't know that. I still hope. I enjoyed it.
That's how you find your other half. Up until the day God took her away from you.
Yes. So, but because he found me after so many years, when I was used to be alone as it is now. I said, no, I will never. And I promised Menziwa, that if you die first, I will never have any, partner again. And then, but if I die first, you carry on. I'll give you the two. So now I was used to stay for 8 years. I didn't have after all that. I just, who am I? As till today.
Wow.
I'm happy.
And God blessed that union for how many years before she passed away?
It's about more than 16 years.
Wow.
Yes, but I was happy. I was happy, man. But each and every person has got their good and bad ways of doing things.
Yes, that's true.
But now, it doesn't mean that because you are on the same-sex relationship, whatever they call it. I don't even want to know. But for me, at that particular time, we were friends. We were just like related. Yes, that's what I want.
Okay. Yeah. So now tell me, Mom, at that time you got married in which year?
Actually, we did a better Zulu wedding. Yes, yeah. Because there was no rules and whatever. Yes, yeah.
That was before the law was passed that
Yes,
the same sex.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. So we just had to be happy with whatever Zulu things that we do. So now it's what was like that.
And now you lived at a time, you are mentioning two important things, that at the time the same-sex marriage was not official. It was not on the constitution that these types of marriages can be recognized by law to be legal.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that at the time the stigma, it was when the stigma was still very, very high of the people who are dating the same sex. What were the challenges that you guys went through at the time? If you can just highlight the challenges that you went through, and how did you overcome those challenges?
What I can say, for me, challenges are my stepping stones. Oh, I've never, if I was an activist on the non-racial things, for me it was minor. This was minor because we've been pushed around on the political side. So as an activist from those days, not an activist from the gay and lesbian side, but the time when the ruler of the world, things were going upside down. Even those days, we used to push hard things. This was minor. This was minor because those days sometimes people were killed also because of being the political leaders, whatever. So now, when we come to this, for me, this was just something that is not bigger than what we won after the democracy. But the only thing that is confusing me now, we were so happy thinking there is a good word, democracy, but now it's confusing me. If we call it a democracy where the will to talk, whatever, but now when things are going wrong, where is the democracy when I choose to do my own things? So now that's why it's confusing to other people. Did we really think that? Did we understand the word democracy? Especially in South Africa. Do we understand that?
Doesn't look like we do.
No. That's why I said, because what I've seen overseas is just not like here now, but all over the shop, wherever there is democracy, it's confusing. What kind of a democracy we have when we got hate crimes, everything that is wrong, rape and all, killings and all that, is that also a democracy?
So now, at the time, you are mentioning a number of things, that there was a political struggle going on, people were killed anyway for being involved in politics, and the marriages of the same sex were not recognized. However, even there were challenges, it did not bother you because already you were right in the middle of this. You were already a 1977 youth at the time, I'm assuming. So now, what were the most prominent things that were actually happening that were making it hard for you guys to survive?
You fight for survival on your own way. As it is, when you're hungry, you do know that. On my own life.
Yes, on your marriage at the time, because Anisha will be legal nan. So it was you did it traditionally so that you can actually formalize it, because it was you could not formalize it at but home affairs in the court of law. Yeah.
No.
It's not correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it was west from MENZIWA's side, because it was from the tribe that I don't know, owned by the kings, whatever. There's little things.
She was from royalty.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So now, and then they chased MENZIWA away, because he couldn't lead, especially in the Zulu tradition things. He couldn't lead. So now he was supposed to be the one to be maybe the leading the Zulu tribe, but because of that, they were stigmatized and all that. And on my side, no, it was not that difficult. So he ran away from home, and also I think they wanted to kill him, and then one of the family members put poison and they cashed it up. And MENZIWA was a very good fighter, and always likes to, like a Zulu man that was carrying the stick. He used sticks. He likes that so much. So now, for me, I didn't have that, because coming from a different background, no matter they didn't like whatever, I've put myself in as if I'm not okay in my head, even from the church side. And that's when we decided to look for a church that accommodates whoever wants to pray, because MENZIWA always was the person who likes to pray. He was a singer, he was everything, but even we tried to go to Ghana so that he can record it. They lost the disc and all those things. So now there were a lot of things that happened that we just saying, it's not the right time for doing most of the things. So now, but there were a lot of challenges, and after also I wanted to write about all this, and also the people again that they lost those things. So it was like a mishmash, and I don't know, I can't even say what is the right word to put it on. So now, but the challenges were there. For me, I have to accommodate those challenges from the family side. Because some people, they say I'm off beat or whatever. I played it cool. The only thing that made me survive, because I like God, I like to pray. I'm a church-going person, because the only Bible that I'm reading, that God is love. So that what I'm giving is love, and God says they are all mine. Even the one sheep that is lost, the shepherd goes, looks for that. And also in the Romans, there is a verse that I like that says, who are you to ask God that? Because in Romans 9, verse from 19 to 10, there is a verse that says, when you go to the potter's house, something happened to the potter's house. The clay that the potter was using, another of what he was creating, something went wrong. But he carried on, because he had some good ones and also bad ones. He didn't care, because we all make mistakes, no matter it was not mistakes on the God's hand. But now he likes to show that I am God. You can't question God. Who are you to question what God did? Because he wants to show that I am God. Nobody will be like me. So now there are a lot of things that people understand. Even if you read it, I wrote something from the Bible. A lot of verses that are there. I got it in my bag. that shows that God never wanted anyone to question another human being about the who you are. That's why he says that I am who I am. He knows what he's doing. So now, why question things that are created by God, the ocean divider? He's got a lot of things. I like to deal with the Bible, but I don't know if they're reading it the right way, because there are a lot of verses that we can tell the people, why don't you read this and read that? Yes.
Two things that are coming up from what you've just mentioned now, that he ended up running away from home.
Yes.
And the fact that you had to find a church where you can actually belong.
Yes.
Now, at some point, did you try to go and speak to the family so that they can actually understand that your decision to marry each other while you are people who have got the same sex, it's not because you are trying to be different, but it's the way you guys are made by God?
It's a waste of time to explain to a hard rock or brick. Because a person, when he is focused on something, they focus that way. I don't want to waste my words or whatever, but the only thing that I like to say, only God knows about everything. Whoever, when you want to kill or do whatever, it's also you will be asked about that. For me and Menziwa, the only thing that we want is to sing, is to laugh. About three things: is to pray. Not only praying for us, for the others too. So now, why must we mix it and join other people? Because we will end up with being the same. The same as there. So now we didn't worry. You can scream, you can swear, you can do anything, but the only thing.
But we are living our life at the end of the day.
Yeah. What I always say, God is good all the time, and with God everything is possible.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how we survive. Because no matter what happens, the only thing that we kneel down, we pray, and then. But God shows us the way. It doesn't mean because we are mixed up with it can be sex workers, or some of them they do pray. Or how can you call them sex workers when you got also 3 boyfriends or maybe 3 wives or whatever? What's the difference?
Them to give you money.
But you know when you got a nice girlfriend, yes. Can that girlfriend come you say, hey, I went to somebody else and slept with them when you're coming home? Can you tell all that? But the sex worker is open with whatever you do.
No,
yes.
This becomes a secret.
There's no secret in the sex worker. Not because I'm promoting a sex worker, but if you're gonna have 5 girlfriends and you serve them all, but you don't go to tell the other one that, hey, I'm coming from another. No. You can't. You don't. Why worry about the other things now like this here now? Because also you got your own problem, but you can't sort it out. You sort other people's problem. I don't like it.
And because sex work is another subject that is very interesting, which will be a topic for another day. Now, Ma, you have started writing a book about your challenges, your life, and everything. How is the book coming along?
Unlucky. That's why the first page is say I'm an unlucky survivor. And the first one is about my family, all of them. My mom passing away, leaving the school, starting that's when I was doing Standard 8 at that particular time when I was right there. So now I ended up not lying male teachers, you know. I wrote it in the book. That I didn't like the male teachers because of what one male did. So now it made me don't like the schools, because those days there were only few women teachers. Mostly were males and all that. They hit us with cane and all that. So now there are things that happened. Okay, that particular time I was not in this relationship. I
Okay.
was still in school.
Mm-hmm.
Why at that particular time there was still rape? Why people now, they think that rape is something new from this new generation? From those olden days, rape was there, but it was hidden. Even the elders didn't want you to talk about. They say, hey, shut up. You know, even the family things, a lot of things, they were pressing it down. So now, most of the things, as you are going old, you like to talk about. I say, hey, what if I die with this? And then they ask me, why you never talk about it? So now we start talking and realizing that there were a lot of things that were wrong those days, not now. But now it's worse. Now it's worse now because, you know, everybody, the word democracy, even the person in jail is got rights.
Rights, yes.
Nobody's done that. Why don't we have rights too?
Yeah. Now, Ma, you are mentioning something that is very interesting, that at a point in time in your life you faced a sexual abuse. And those are the things at those times people did not like to talk about. Would you say, because I've often had, I don't know how true is this, some women who end up being in the same-sex relationships, some women, they usually say that they prefer women to women as opposed to men because they've got that hatred for men because of the experiences or something that a man did to them. Is that true, or these feelings are natural?
No, I don't think that I ended up because of that. No. Because what I did, I went for trainings to know that there were doctors who were helping us to understand the gay and the gays and lesbian thing. So now, for my curiosity, because when I was small, I used to see males wearing dresses those days when I was growing up. I used to, and baby heels and all that, but I didn't understand about that. But now, some they were chasing, it's not a new thing. So now, chasing them, but I wanted to, for me, research is a very good thing. So I started researching that, and then there are doctors also who are gay. Do you think you can be happy as a doctor or as a nurse or as somebody, a celebrity, and people swearing at you and the rest? Somebody that and when people are swearing at you, it's not a nice thing. Somebody chasing you and running, do you think you can enjoy that? You can't just do that just for fun. So I started making tracing and all that. Then I realized, no, some people were born like this. Some people, I don't know about the ones that are acting, if they are acting, but most of the people that are gay, lesbians, intersex, whatever it is, queer or whatever, they got something in them that can differ from somebody else. So now why worry about something that is not in? Why don't you research and get the right way of accommodating that? Homophobic, it didn't start now, from a long time ago. Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's not the first time we're hearing these words, that these people are born like this. We've heard it from the past interviews that we've had on this podcast. We are hearing it again from Gogo, that is over 70 years. So if this thing was there in the 80s, in the 70s, why are we still questioning it? And she is also mentioning something that is very important, that instead of discriminating, doing hate crime, doing hate speech, why don't you go and do your own research so that you can understand better? And funny enough, most people who discriminate and say all of these bad things about the community are the same people who are still going to give birth in the future, who have families already, who have members in their families already that they despise because they are suspecting. Let us do better as a community of South Africa. Let us learn to live with the LGBTQI plus A community because they are born like this. Mama Sasi Valanji, please give us just a word of advice, taking from your experiences and in the future to the members of the community and to the people that are still despising these people.
I will go a little bit backwards. I think some of them think about what is happening in prison. They think that starts from there. No, that's a different case, that sort of rape, whatever it is in jails and whatever. So now when it's happening outside, they think it's the same thing. When you really, because sometimes there are people who come to my house. Some they wanted to see me to see some of the things which I don't want to see, but because a person wants to show really I'm this kind of person. If we are a copycat, that's something else. But they are copycats. But there are people who like the style. Maybe the style, maybe you think they are rich or what this could tend away.
It's fashion. Some people say it's fashion.
Some they think it's fashion. Then they join. Maybe some they think from the jail side when they're in prison. No, that's a different case. But there are really people who really are born. Especially when you, one of the family members, you see, hates so much, you know. But unlucky and unfortunately enough, the daughter had a child who had worse things that as she is a lesbian. So now I don't know. They can laugh, but the only thing that they're gonna get. I don't say that I'm saying something wrong, but I've seen it that some that really have. I can't even say it on air, but really there are places where you can go. Then we can voice it out in good manner, because we don't want other people to feel so small that we talk about them or whatever. But if there is a safe space, sometimes with the people who are also in the same position, then it's okay. But we want everybody to be happy, because we use the word democracy, but not understanding democracy.
Not practicing it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ma, for wise words, and we are expecting the book very soon. It's coming up. You will know from this podcast once it comes out, because we are out there to advertise it, we are out there to launch it, because I believe that you and I can learn a lot from that book. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming, and thank you for sharing the wise words with us, and we do appreciate you waking up in the morning to come in. By the way, we're shooting at 8 a.m. in the morning, so she said I'm an early riser, don't stress. Don't stress about the time, I really do appreciate that.
Okay, now also, no matter it is scary to sit here, because all the eyes that are outside there, they think, wow, Gogo, wow, what kind. Even there are Gogos, yes, there are people who love you also. That's our motto. It doesn't mean you love a person because it's your family, whatever. What I believe in, God is love. I'm just a child of God.
That's
the ocean divider, or the physician, the great physician. I can say a lot of things to this man here, because I'm over 70 now. I'm just going to be close to 80 now, but I'm still surviving a lot of things on my way up. Because helping other people and love other people and love the nation and help them instead of hurting them. Even when you are looking down at them, it's better if you are looking down at them, but as long as you're admiring their good shoes, not because...
You heard it. God is love. Look down at people only if you are admiring their good shoes. Mama, we wish you all the best for your book.
Okay.
We'll wait for the details so that we can properly launch. First year on this podcast. Me signing up.
Okay, thank you.
Lots of love from me and from Gogo.
Thank you.